Every year, the UK picks its best new building and gives it this exceptional award, the Stirling Prize. Today, we're diving into the fierce competition for the 2024 Stirling Prize, which has come down to two incredible contenders, London's ultra-modern Elizabeth Line and the transformative King's Cross redevelopment. We'll explore the Elizabeth Line with its stunning new stations and massive scale. And in its competition, the King's Cross redevelopment, which has now become a mini-city with shops, restaurants and even parks. So, who's going to take home the Stirling Prize this year? Will it be the high-tech, ultra-chic Elizabeth Line or the community-centric King's Cross redevelopment? Stay tuned until the end for my thoughts on who will win. And don't forget to subscribe for more exciting updates on groundbreaking architecture. Well, before we begin, what exactly is the Stirling Prize? The Stirling Prize is a prestigious annual award given by the Royal Institute of British Architects to the best new building in the UK. Established in 1996, it recognises outstanding architecture and design. Named after the renowned British architect James Stirling, the prize honours projects that demonstrate innovation, creativity, and significant contribution to the evolution of architecture. The winner is selected from a short list of buildings completed within the last year, highlighting excellence and pushing the boundaries of architectural practice. And this year, it looks like the fight for the title is going to be contested by two heavyweights, the Elizabeth Line and King's Cross redevelopment. Passengers have been riding London's Underground for over 160 years. But in May 2022, something new and exciting arrived, the Elizabeth Line. The project was first proposed in 1991 to ease the constant crowding and add more capacity to London's rail network, which was bursting at the seams with travellers. The Central London Rail study suggested an east-west rail crossing as one of 5 possible plans, and thus the Elizabeth Line idea was born. Originally, it was called the Crossrail Line, but then the name was changed to the Elizabeth Line in February 2007 in honour of the Queen. The main aim of the project was to link the east and west sides of London, tunnelling beneath the city centre. It stretches from the Thames to central London, including a new route from the West Midlands and Heathrow Airport. This new railway line also creates links between all 3 of the city's main airports. So, in a way, it serves some of London's most populated areas and busiest stations. Construction started in 2009 and it quickly became a high-profile rail project for London. This line is not your typical train service. It is fully automated, run by a computer system without the need for a driver. This innovation allowed for the design of new, longer and narrower carriages, which are different from the traditional tube trains. The Elizabeth Line's design is also impressive. For example, Paddington Station descends 20 metres below ground, but still has natural light at the platform level thanks to a 120-metre glass and steel canopy with artwork by American artist Spencer Finch. This glass and steel canopy beautifully displays the changing sky throughout the day. Accessibility was a top priority in the design of the new trains. This is why lower floors and wider doors were built to accommodate passengers with disabilities and parents with strollers. The track in some stations was lowered to allow these new trains to fit. The Elizabeth Line stretches 73 miles with 41 stations, and each of them perfectly combines modern and traditional design elements. Some stations like Paddington have a futuristic feel, while others blend old and new. At Bond Street, designed by John McCaslin and Partners, and Tottenham Court Road by Hawkins Brown, you will see dark dramatic details like black metal cladding and striking stainless steel lighting. The entrance near the 1960s Centrepoint Tower is bright and airy with extensive white and red glass. Farringdon Station, which is designed by ADAS, features 2 new access points to the Elizabeth line, which seems like it has an international touch. The trains themselves are mostly stainless steel and 200 metres long. Inside you will find white walls with regal purple seats and white lighting. The seats have a unique pattern with alternating stripes, which is a design by Wallace Sewell. These trains can carry 1,500 passengers every 5 minutes into central London, meaning about 18,000 people use this new line every hour. The Elizabeth line runs from Paddington to Abbey Wood, with 9 stops in between. Beyond these new stations, the line extends to Reading and Heathrow in the west and Shenfield in the east. Travel times between Paddington and Heathrow are significantly shorter on the Elizabeth line, at 35 minutes compared to an hour on the tube. With over 24 trains per hour, this line offers 6 times the capacity of the current Heathrow Express services. Now, let's talk about the price tag. The Elizabeth line was a whopping £18.9 billion project, which was funded by the government and private investors, who will be repaid through fares and other revenues. So, what made this project get nominated for the famous Stirling Award? One of the architectural highlights includes Liverpool Street Station, which was designed by Wilkinson Eyre. The station has a folded concrete ceiling, which gives it a sense of height and movement in tight spaces below London's financial district. The precast white concrete is mixed with mica crystals, which glow under indirect lighting. At the southeastern end of the line is Abbey Wood, which was designed by Faraday Pollard. The station building is elevated to open onto a major flyover road, constructed with robust natural materials like a granite paved concourse and a sturdy timber roof. From above, the building just looks like a manta ray because there are canopies fanning out to shelter the staircases leading to the platforms. All the other stations are just as beautiful as these, which is the reason this was nominated for the Stirling Prize. Now, what about its biggest competitor, King's Cross redevelopment? King's Cross used to be a rundown industrial area, filled with empty buildings and abandoned railway sidings. By the late 20th century, it had a reputation for crime and decay. Then came the big push to redevelop it in 1996, when the Channel Tunnel rail link was moved from Waterloo to St Pancras. This sparked the idea to transform King's Cross into something amazing. So, in 2001, Argent was chosen as the development partner. They did not just jump in with bulldozers. They spent years studying and talking with locals, the government and other stakeholders. They came up with a vision called Principles for Human City. Then started their master plan. The master plan, which was drawn up by Allies and Morrison, Porphyrius Associates and Townshend Landscape Architects, got the green light in 2006. It covered 67 acres and included plans for 50 new buildings, 20 new streets, 10 major public spaces, fixing up to 20 historic buildings and up to 2,000 new homes. In 2008, a big partnership was formed between Argent, London and Continental Railways and DHL, called King's Cross Central Limited Partnership. They became the single landowner and started the redevelopment in November 2008. They began with the old Victorian goods yards buildings. The real fun began in September 2011 when the University of the Arts London moved into the Granary complex. This was the first big public opening of the redevelopment. From then on, the area became famous. Restaurants and shops opened, the Great Northern Hotel got a makeover, and people moved into new homes. The old Cold Drops turned into a cool shopping spot, and big names like Google, Facebook, Havas, and Universal Music moved their offices here. Public spaces were also updated. Granary Square, with its beautiful fountains, became a great place to hang out, relax, and enjoy events. Lewis Cubitt Park is a lovely green space, perfect for picnics and outdoor fun. Over at Lewis Cubitt Square, you'll find lots of community events and markets, making it a lively spot to visit. Gasholder Park has a unique round design and nice gardens. It is perfect for a peaceful walk or just chilling out. Each of these spots adds something special to the new and improved King's Cross. All these green spaces have enhanced the area's environment. On top of that, the area offers a sense of security. A recent survey found that 96% of people now feel safe here, which is a big improvement from its crime-ridden past. All these points have made this place a great contender for the Sterling Prize. Now, let's get into the big question. Who will win the Sterling Prize 2024? Will it be the Elizabeth Line or the King's Cross redevelopment? Both are spectacular projects, but let's break down their features and see what might set them apart. The Elizabeth Line is the epitome of modern engineering and design. The line not only eases congestion, but also brings a sleek, futuristic vibe to London's transport system. People love how efficient and sleek it is. It has got that wow factor with its shiny new stations and super smooth rides. The focus on accessibility and speed definitely gives it some major points. Now, King's Cross redevelopment is more about heart and soul. This project took a rundown industrial area and turned it into a vibrant, happening place. They have not just added the buildings, they have breathed life into the area. It is now a hotspot for work, play, and everything in between. The mix of old and new buildings gives it a unique vibe that people really love. Looking at past Sterling Prize winners, the judges seem to love projects that bring something new to the table and make a real difference to the community. Both the Elizabeth Line and King's Cross redevelopment do this, but in their own ways. So, who's going to take the prize? If I had to guess, I would say King's Cross redevelopment has a slight edge. It has got that whole transformation thing going on and has created a space that is more than just functional, it's full of life. The Elizabeth Line is a fantastic piece of engineering, but King's Cross feels like it has a bit more heart. What do you think? Who will win the Sterling Prize this year? Share your opinions with us in the comments below. Before you go, make sure to like, share and subscribe for more updates. See you in the next one.